My name is Blaze, and this is Navigating Social Media News, a guide to digital media literacy. I will be giving a short presentation on the importance of digital literacy and how to practice it, and then at the end, I'll facilitate an infographic design activity. First, let's start with some vocabulary terms. I will mention these terms throughout the presentation. Information literacy is the ability to identify, locate, and access appropriate sources of information. This allows us to identify credible news sources on social media. Digital literacy focuses more on the communication of this information through technology, such as social media. Credibility is the believability or trustworthiness of an information source. And finally, digital activism is defined as a form of activism that uses the internet and digital media as key platforms for mass mobilization and political action. For example, spreading a campaign online or sharing infographics to advocate for an issue. We'll get into this more later. Social media news has been on the rise, especially among younger generations. More news is being spread on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. What this allows is fast, accessible, up-to-date information, and also the ability to view immediate reader responses. For instance, some people first find out about news through reactions and responses on these platforms. The downside of this fast spreading of information is that credibility can sometimes be lost. People may miscommunicate information or leave out context and details. Another more recent discovery of social media is the creation of echo chambers, when you're only hearing the same perspectives and opinions over and over again. These one-sided opinions appear on your social media feed due to biased algorithms that reinforce your own political views. When scrolling social media news, you want to be cautious of fake news. Some social media apps have developed fact-checking software that warns you when a source contains false information. Look out for these warnings before you share. Although you may trust those around you, make sure to find information on your own rather than from word of mouth. A great way to assess the credibility of the source you're reading is with the CRAP test. CRAP stands for currency. When was this information published or posted? Is the article out of date? Relevance. Would you use this source in a paper or infographic? Authority. Who is the author or publisher? Are they qualified to write about this topic? Accuracy. Is this information trustworthy? And purpose. What's the reason for the information? To inform, to teach, persuade? We will be paying the most attention to accuracy. Questions to consider while reading your article are, where does this information come from? Is the information supported by evidence? Has the information been reviewed or refereed? Can you verify any of the information in another source or from personal knowledge? Does the language or tone seem biased and free of emotion? Are there spelling, grammar, or other typographical errors? Now I'll be demonstrating how to consider these questions while navigating the news on social media. As you can see, I was scrolling on Twitter and I came across this article about a Texas abortion ban. Make sure to click on the article itself before reading all of the reactions so you get all of the information first. As you can see here, I'm checking the timeliness of the information, and it was 7 hours ago that day, very recent. And now I'm going to scroll and make sure I get all of the main facts. I checked to make sure this news was factual by comparing to other articles reporting on the same news. I also noticed that this article was a little bit biased, but I read at the bottom that Planned Parenthood is a financial supporter of this company, the Texas Tribune. I also made sure to check the qualifications of the author of the article. She's listed as a women's health reporter who has written many other articles on similar topics. So why does digital media literacy matter? During the COVID-19 pandemic and the stay-at-home order, activism shifted to the digital space. With the rise of social movements during 2020, more and more people are seeking to educate and advocate online. In order to spread credible information to our community, we must be well-versed in information literacy. Now we'll be channeling our knowledge in digital media literacy into an infographic design activity. I'll be demonstrating on canva.com, but feel free to use any graphic design platform. When creating your infographic, you're going to want to start by highlighting the essential ideas from your article source. Then you'll be incorporating bold text, colors, and imagery to emphasize your information. This is an example of an infographic regarding post-vaccine masking. What infographics do is provide concise snippets of information from larger sources, making it easier to spread through social media such as Instagram. In this example, you can see the creator used a colorful pink, illustrations, and a cited quote by a doctor. The next example is informing people of the destruction of tropical rainforests due to deforestation. I like this example because it uses the bold colors of green, orange, and yellow and offers a variety of layouts in each slide. It's also helpful that the creator includes all of their sources on the last slide. To make your infographic, you're going to first find your information. Here, I'm copying and pasting key points from my article into a separate doc. After you have your information, you're going to choose a template. I'm choosing from Instagram posts. Canva has a ton to choose from, but I decided to go for this pastel notification template. Remember to use bold, eye-catching font to draw attention to the news you're spreading. Here I'm choosing a bold font and capitalizing all of the letters, and then I'm going to increase the size to make it much more eye-catching. Insert all the essential information you wrote in your notes doc. Play around with layout to make sure that everything looks clean and evenly spaced out. Don't forget to cite the article at the bottom or at the very end of your infographic. When adding slides, you can either change the template or keep the same template from before. I'm going to use the same one from before, just so I can keep everything the same and very simple. For the second slide, I'm choosing to pull quotes directly from the article, just so I can report the information accurately. While there was more information in my article about allowing private citizens to sue abortion providers, I decided to remove it just because I didn't want that to be the central focus of this infographic. I wanted to keep it more simple. I also decided to change the color of certain words just to make them pop out a little bit more. Now I'm making sure that the article is at the bottom of every slide so that it's clear where I'm getting this information from. For the third slide, I wanted to include a picture of the governor that's cited in the article. His name is Governor Greg Abbott. I just found this image on Google and then downloaded it and inserted it into Canva. I also decided to edit the photo with a filter. I was going to go for this black and white, but I kind of liked it to be just slightly desaturated. Then I inserted a quote from the governor himself right above the photo. For the fourth and final slide, I wanted to have some resources listed or ways to help in regards to this issue. I did some searching and found the Texas Abortion Access Network, which is a network that you can join in order to advocate for increased abortion access. Next, I linked Whole Woman's Health, which is an abortion provider in Texas that you can donate to provide more services to women in Texas. You can also add drawings and illustrations to your infographic. I tried it out here, but I realized that I liked it to look more simple, so I just erased it. But whatever you like. Here I'm adding a notification border similar to the one that we used in the first slide. I think it makes the text pop out a little bit more. And again, making sure that the article is on every single slide and doing some adjustments, and you're done. I hope you enjoyed this activity and learned about the importance of digital media literacy. Feel free to share these on your social media with your community to get this information out.